Our story begins with two shamans, Lee Warim and Bong Gil, who receive an unusual call. A wealthy Korean-American family in Los Angeles needs their help. Their newborn baby has been acting strange, and not in a normal way. When they arrive at the hospital, the baby's mother takes one look at the shamans and her face fills with doubt. But Warim has seen that look 1,000 times. She doesn't flinch. She performs a ritual right there, and what she uncovers is chilling. The disturbance traces all the way back to the family's ancestors. The mother doesn't want to hear it. But the father, Park Ji-young, tells a different story. He didn't believe in any of this either, until his younger brother took his own life, and his baby started showing signs no doctor could explain. Desperate, he hired the shamans himself, even against his family's wishes. Warim explains the root of the problem. A vengeful ancestral spirit buried in the wrong place, calling out from beyond the grave. The only solution? Move the body or cremate it. To handle the physical side of things, the shamans bring in two specialists, geomancer Kim Sang-deek, who reads the energy of the land, and mortician Yong-gun, who handles the dead. The four of them make a strange but effective team. Kim, however, is immediately unsettled when he sees where the ancestor is buried, at the foot of a mountain. He asks Park why the grave is there. Park explains that a renowned monk named Jisuan advised his father to bury the body in that exact spot, to keep grave robbers away. Kim doesn't buy it. He tells Park flat out, he won't touch that grave. The land feels deeply wrong. Park doesn't take no for an answer. He takes Kim and Warim to his home and shows them a photo of his newborn son, smiling, alive. Then he tells them about the two children he lost before this one, both dying before they were ever born. He asks Kim if he has children. Kim says yes, a daughter, soon to be married. Then put yourself in my shoes, Park whispers. That breaks through. Kim agrees to proceed, but only under strict conditions. Warim will perform a protective ritual throughout the entire excavation. The ritual is intense. 5 workers, all born in the year of the pig, are chosen as decoys to draw out the evil. Locks of their hair are placed inside their mouths. As the gravediggers work, Warim dances with 2 sharp blades, eyes wild, movements trance-like, while Bong Gil beats a drum in steady rhythm. At first, everything seems to be working. The coffin is uncovered, and when Kim and Yong-gun inspect it, they make a shocking discovery. It's made of a material reserved exclusively for royalty. This grave is not what anyone thought it was. They load the coffin into a hearse and head toward the crematorium. Then, a bad omen. One of the gravediggers, still at the site, spots a snake with a human-like face. Panicking, he kills it with his shovel. Kim sees the rain beginning to fall and immediately tells Park to postpone the cremation. They'll wait until morning. The coffin is placed in the morgue overnight, with Yong-gun keeping watch. Unable to shake his unease, Kim visits a temple near the original burial site. There, a local man tells him the rumors. Some say it's the tomb of the wealthiest man in the Joseon era. Others say it belongs to an unnamed royal. The site attracted grave robbers for generations. Some were caught, others fled north. The man shows Kim the tools they left behind. Meanwhile, back at the morgue, the night caretaker, lured by whispers of treasure, pries open the coffin just enough. That's all it takes. When Warim and Bong Gil arrive, the entity has already been released. At the same moment, across town, Park's elderly father hears a voice outside his window, his own father's voice, begging to be let in. He opens the window. The spirit enters. It eats the cold leftovers on the table, approaches the old man with hollow eyes, says it is cold and hungry, and kills him. Warim performs an emergency ritual, channeling the spirit through Bong Gil's body to communicate with it. What she learns is terrifying. This ancestor doesn't just want to rest. He wants to annihilate every single one of his descendants. Kim rushes to the Park household, but he's too late. Park himself has already been possessed. His grandfather's spirit speaks through him, revealing a dark secret. The ancestor was a Japanese collaborator during the colonial occupation of Korea. He swore an oath. And now he fulfills it, snapping Park's neck. With the spirit now heading to the hospital to kill the baby, there's only one option left: burn the body immediately. But they need permission from Park's aunt first. Kim pleads with her. She finally agrees. The body burns. The curse ends. The baby survives. But the story isn't over. One of the gravediggers is falling apart, haunted, muttering over and over that he killed a strange snake in the tomb. Kim returns to the original burial site to investigate and starts digging. What he finds stops him cold. A second coffin, buried vertically, sealed shut with barbed wire, as if it was never meant to be opened. And it's far too tall for an ordinary human. Even from a distance, Warim can feel the evil radiating from it. But leaving it there isn't safe either. They have no choice, they take it with them. That night, they shelter at a nearby temple. Warim requests glutinous rice to build a protective barrier and asks Bong Gil to obtain white horse blood to reinforce it. Kim calls Park's aunt for answers about the second coffin. She's never heard of it, but she tells him her father was known as a traitor to his country, and that a monk named Jisuin punished him for it. Then she shows Kim an old photograph. The monk isn't Korean. His real name is Murayama, a Japanese monk who took a Korean identity. Something much darker has been buried here than anyone realized. Late that night, it begins. The monk at the temple hears a noise and goes outside. He doesn't come back. Bong Gil wakes up feeling a presence pressing down on him, the monk's spirit trying to take hold. He fights it off, then hears screaming from the pigsty. He runs to check, and finds a demon standing over the dead body of the pig farmer. He sprints back to Warim. They check on the coffin. It's broken open. The body is gone. It left through the ceiling, the one spot where the barrier was never placed. Inside the shattered coffin, a samurai helmet. Moments later, the samurai appears, and he wants it back. Warim freezes. This spirit is unlike anything she has faced before. She runs. Bong Gil tries to fight with an iron bar. The samurai possesses him instantly, leaving him unconscious on the ground. Then the spirit transforms into a ball of fire and vanishes into the night. Bong Gil is rushed to the hospital. While he receives treatment, Kim searches the temple storeroom, following a clue the old monk left behind. He finds a photograph. The people he assumed were grave robbers were actually Korean independence fighters, working to bury an iron stake, a cursed object used by the Japanese military to suppress the spiritual energy of Korean land. The iron stake. That's what this has all been about. Kim goes back to the tomb to find it. Meanwhile, Warim is at the hospital with Bong Gil's family, performing a spirit invocation to identify the entity. The answer comes through clearly: a Japanese war general who claimed 10,000 lives in battle and ascended to something like godhood. His mission, his entire existence, is to protect that tomb. Warim brings the group a critical piece of information. The samurai showed no interest in the parts of Bong Gil's body covered in tattoos. That gives them an idea. Before heading back to the tomb, they apply temporary tattoos to their faces. At the tomb, they set a trap, using smoked fish as bait to lure the samurai away from the dig site. Warim stays behind to stall him, pretending to be the mountain's guardian spirit. She tells the samurai the war is over. He refuses to believe her. He will only take orders from the emperor. Kim and Yong-gun dig frantically, but find nothing. Kim's pickaxe breaks. Yong-gun urges them to stop. Their lives are on the line. Then Warim's cover is blown. The samurai sees through her. He lunges, and at the last second, the spirit of Warim's ancestor steps in, buying her just enough time to escape. The samurai returns to the tomb as a fireball. Kim, still inside, faces him alone, and in that moment of desperation, Kim sees it. The cursed iron stake isn't buried in the ground. It's inside the samurai's body. And Kim remembers something. The samurai is fire. Fire is weakened by water. And water-soaked wood destroys iron. The broken handle of his pickaxe, still lying nearby, soaked from the rain, is right within reach. Kim grabs it. He strikes. The samurai screams. Kim keeps hitting until the spirit finally collapses, and so does Kim. He wakes up in the hospital, surrounded by the others. Months later, life returns to normal. The four of them gather one more time, at Kim's daughter's wedding. They stand together, smiling, and take a photo. After everything they've been through, that photo means everything.